The family that prays together stays together. Welcome to our doctrinal reflection. Our theme today is how to prepare the garden of soul for the Lenten fruits. Lent is a period of 40 days in a liturgical calendar, starting on Ash Wednesday and ending before the last day supper mass on Maundy Thursday. As a season, it is characterized by preparation or making ourselves ready to celebrate Easter celebration in a more solemn way. Lent is hinged on 3 pillars. The first pillar is prayer, the second pillar is fasting, and the third pillar is almsgiving. Preparing the garden of soul for Lent involves several spiritual and reflective practices akin to the physical acts of gardening. Here are some key steps to help cultivate your spiritual garden during Lent. The first one, clean out the weeds. Just as a physical garden needs to be cleared of weeds, your spiritual garden needs to be free from the weeds of doubt and other obstacles. This involves recognizing and addressing bad habits, untrue beliefs, and areas where you need forgiveness or healing. Secondly, you turn the soil. Tilling the soil of your heart means breaking through the hard surface layer, breaking up clumps, and removing rock and old roots. This can be done or can be achieved by reflecting on what has hardened your heart, what blocks your relationship with Jesus, and what old habits or beliefs need to be discarded. Third, nourish the soil. Nourishing your spiritual soil involves practices such as number 1, prayer, number 2, penance, number 3, acts of charity. This helps to soften the hardness in your heart and prepare it for the Word of God to take root. This can include reserving time for silence and conversation with Jesus, participating in the sacrament of reconciliation, and engaging in spiritual reading. The fourth step is plant the seeds of virtue. To counteract sin and weakness, practice the opposing virtue. For example, if you are struggling with pride, practice humility. As noted in his book Basil Cole, The Enemy of Priesthood, states that the tomb of pride is humility. In this intentional practice helps to plant good and beautiful things in the garden of your soul. Number 5, regular examination. Set aside time each day for the quiet reflection with the Lord. This can be achieved by employing the Lectio Divina method. This helps in identifying areas that needs improvement and in noticing the emotions and thoughts that arise, which can reveal where God is leading you. Number 6, cultivate a prayerful life. Dedicate time to prayer, spiritual practices such as praying the rosary, various chaplets, or other devotion. This helps in deepening our relationship with God and making our soul fertile ground for spiritual growth. The last, we seek healing and forgiveness. Recognize the need for forgiveness and healing in your life, and also we should recognize the need of forgiveness and healing in our life. Be honest with yourself and with Jesus about your feelings and your needs. This openness can help in healing and encouraging you and in directing you towards a more Christ-like life. After going through that rigorous process of cultivating the garden of soul, it will give us various fruits that we shall achieve in Lent. Among the fruits that we celebrate here is a deep relation with God. Through increased prayer and reflection, Christians grow closer to God and understand His will more fully. Secondly, this leads to inner conversion. Lent is a time for true inner conversion of heart, seeking to follow Christ's will more faithfully and to live out baptismal commitments. third, self-discipline. The practice of fasting, the practice of abstinence help Christians develop a self-control and a discipline, mirroring Christ's sacrifice in the wilderness. The last, charity and compassion. Almsgiving foster a sense of charity and compassion, encouraging Christians to take care for the poor, the sick, and the marginalized. Thank you. I'm Seminarian Gregory Lutomia from St. Thomas Aquinas Major Seminary. Have a blessed Lenten season. The family that prays together stays together.